Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, John Howell here. Before I get started, make sure you head on down to johnsfreegift.com. I've actually released it's about a 20-minute training walking you through the most explosive, powerful pattern on this planet. If you can incorporate this pattern into your trading system, you're going to absolutely love it. If you're looking for an awesome trading system, an awesome trading pattern that when it forms, it has a very high probability of just not making a little move, but a massive move. And in that training, I'm going to walk you through example after example after example, both bullish and bearish. You're going to absolutely love that. So go to johnsfreegift.com. It's completely free, just to help you out. And I promise you, if you incorporate that into your trading, you're going to absolutely love it with your trading. Now, let's actually get straight into what Netflix pre-market. Let's actually let me bring up the candlesticks, have a look at Netflix here. We'll be looking at Netflix, looking at the Sp500, the Dow. I'll be looking at all the other markets as well too, so such as the Russell. And so let's have a look at Netflix after hours. Let's go to pre-market. Netflix after hours had a bit of a smashing down through here. Now this was expected here. If you know anything about the markets, guys, the market can give you, it's really interesting that the charts, people say charts are bullshit and charts are all this sort of stuff. No, people just don't know how to read this markets. I was watching Netflix here. I'm just like, you know what, there's a really good chance that this market is going to absolutely just get crushed right now. Now, what made me say that? Well, if I'm looking at, say, my 1 hour chart, look at this here, right? It's such a powerful thing through here. Now, there was no guarantees, but look at this here. And this is where chart reading is very, very powerful. Look at this here, right? We had strong move up, weak move down, strong move up, weak sideways, strong up. Now look what happened. Strong down, weak sideways. Notice if we're looking at the buying legs here over the last sort of since July or June 1. Notice if we through this period through here, right? Notice this period through here is that we had what? We had strong buyers. So these buying legs are strong. And then we had what? Weak selling legs and weak selling legs. Notice that. So, and then we came up. But notice what happened here from the 13th. What do we have? We had a very strong selling leg and a very weak buying leg. Do you see that through there? This is what? This is the tune change. Guys, I'm telling you right now, there's so much power in reading these markets. Yes, you can look at what we call a trend analysis, high lows and higher highs, or lower lows and lower highs. But within the markets, if you're looking to gauge, okay, what's likely to happen, then I knew that if we can start to break below this low through here, then we're likely to get at least a bit of a flush down towards something. I had a bit of a target of down through here. It almost got through there before rejecting and coming up to where it is right there as we speak. So as you can see that the tune starts to change. This is where, guys, reading this is what I call the strength in moves. When we have a strong move up and a weak move sideways, notice this buying leg is so much stronger than this selling leg. Then we have another big buying leg, and then we have a big through here. So the buying leg is what? Strong. What I mean by strong, it's like it's actually we're moving in a direction. When a strong move is moving up or moving down. Moving up, and now look at this here. This is a weak selling leg, and then we go through another move up. But notice what happened. We went through this one through here, and then went this through here, and this through here. Notice this is now a strong selling leg, and now a weak buying leg. Notice the tune change. So I knew if we're going to start to break that low, which is over here, then I knew that the market was at least on a short-term basis, because on a short term, we are going to see a move to the downside. So looking at the article here on I didn't actually see the number come out, but Netflix tumbles after crushing Q2. People are like, what? How could that happen? They crushed expectations, Q2 expectations, but offer a dismal Q3 outlook. So as you can see that, even though it's like, what? The market had beat expectations, but now the market's getting crushed. I guarantee a lot of people along, especially tech stocks right now, guys. It's really, tech stocks right now are in a massive bubble, and we're getting towards the end of that top. We don't know when that top's going to be. Same with the Nasdaq, but not all tech stocks are in a massive bubble right now. Amazon, Netflix, Google, all these stocks. So if I go look at my 1 minute chart, you can actually see, look at this here. Look at this. We went sideways for nothing, bit of a drop down, flush down, and now we're just slowly picking up through there. So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys. And as you can see, if I bring up, say, my 15-minute chart, look at this here, right? It's such a powerful thing. Look at this strong move down, and then we have this very, very, very weak move up. Okay, it's sort of like a bear flag or whatever, but then you have this very strong move down. And I knew, looking at this 15-minute chart, if I draw my trend line from there to there, so I knew that this is the 15-minute chart, and this is the power of always looking at the higher time frame. If I'm trading, say, the 1 minute chart or the 5 minute chart, I'm always going to be looking at the 15-minute chart, the hourly chart, to see where are we right now. Because I knew that on the 15-minute chart, if we break here, if I go to my 1 minute chart, look at this. Broke down, candle closed there, and this is at least a really nice short-term move on the downside before we started this here. So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys, on the good old Netflix, and Netflix getting crushed. But I think Netflix is going to be okay. If I bring up a, depending on where it's going to close, but if I bring up a trend line through there, oh wow, so Netflix is going to, so that's that high through there. If I bring up, say, my 15-minute chart once again, oh yeah, so around 470 is where, 470, 460 is where it actually found support. Look at that there. Isn't that interesting? This is actually the daily chart resistance back here, but it came flushing all the way down through there, and now it's going to come back. We're still in a very big, sort of very strong upward trend through here, so nothing's probably going to change with Netflix, but I do see that we're getting a very, very big flush down, and we're probably down through here somewhere. If I'm looking at, say, the current price phase, if I bring an arrow right there, go to my daily chart, you can see that this arrow, that's actually where Netflix is right now. So no doubt, guys, no doubt we're in a very big bull trend. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see if Netflix did gap down. We're probably likely to retrace that and come back to the upside. Now let's go have a look at the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones right now, quick little update on the Dow Jones. We are still continuing this upward movement. Okay, we have a very nice upward trend through here. We're breaking past these resistance levels back here, and we're still above this. So for any downward movement to happen out of this, guys, we would need to start to really break below, say, 26,000. Until that happens, guys, all bets are off for the bear market. You can't pick the top here right now, but that's what I'm seeing through there. So we're likely to continue up through there. It's really interesting. If we do continue up to 27,500, then the gap is up here around that 29,000. If I look at the S&P500, it's a little bit different, right? We have a nice upward trend through here. This is a very nice upward trend. Notice how it's squeezing up. If I take that off the screen through there, we had a double bottom, so had a nice move up, double bottom, rallying up. Now we're going sideways through here. If we break this resistance level, as you can see, it's having a bit of problems for the last week. If we break this resistance level, we're probably likely to come up. This band through here is the gap. That's that massive gap, or that's that bit of a gap back through there. Let me go back to the three-month view now. And now, if that happens, we're probably likely to race to all-time new highs. With the Nasdaq is continuing to be on a steaming run to the upside, continue to make these higher lows, and where we are right now with the Nasdaq. So it'll be really interesting to see what actually happens here. Are we going to start to falter through here? Are we not? But still a very big upward trend, and the trend is your friend until the end. And right now we're not getting really any warning signs of the end of that. Moving on now through the transportation average, we're getting a very nice, for the last 3 months, we're getting a very nice upward move through here. You can see we had this, once again, double bottom. We had this sort of nice little higher low through here. So if I bring up my good old trend line through here, so a nice little higher low breaking up. So we're likely to short-term target at least that 180 level on the transports. Looking on through to the Russell 3000, very similar to the S&P 500, squeezing up into this triangle pattern, and we're having this resistance level through here broken. So the really interesting thing about this is that if we break to the upside, right, if this is the, if you do something like that, let me just see if I can do something a bit more. I'm trying to get a bit more of a valid trend line. All right, so I'd probably do it through there somewhere. All right, the interesting thing is they're squeezing up through here. So if we break here, we could be getting ready for a nice move to the upside. and possibly even all-time new highs in the Russell 3000. Russell 2000, we're actually still stuck at this resistance level here right now. So if we break that, at least on a short-term target, we have this resistance level here. But once again, you can see how we are, notice how we're still, all these markets are squeezing up into these big triangle patterns. And so when they do break, they break pretty hard through there. So there we go, guys. There's a quick little update on the S&P 500 Dow. Bit of a Netflix update as well too. Bit of education for you as well too. Make sure you go down to johnsfreegift.com to grab that free training, and I will speak to you next time.